Welcome back to our channel, Extrapolating the Grammar of English. I am Shirlene Stewart, and today we'll be looking at imperatives. So, according to Potsdam and Edmiston 2015, imperatives are directives given by a speaker to tell someone to do something or not to do something. They can suggest, allow, or ask for something to be done. Their main purpose is to get the person being addressed to take some action or avoid doing something. Imperative sentences play a pivotal role in effective communication through the provision of polite requests, such as, please take a seat, or please don't smoke there, or give me that please. Instructions such as preheat the oven, use oil in the pan, measure 1 cup of flour, and blend but don't overmix. And finally, warnings evacuate immediately or stay indoors. Throughout this video, we will explore 3 types of imperatives, the syntactic properties, and the applications of imperatives, demonstrating their uses and benefits in various contexts.
Hi, Danniella Sinclair here. Let's take a look at the types of imperatives. Affirmative imperative. They are commands or instructions that tell someone to do something. It is expressed using second person singular or plural. This means that you are directly addressing the person or people you are speaking to. Let's look at the example. Hurry up. You are giving a direct command to someone to move faster. So you're directly addressing the person or people that you're speaking to. The sentence begins with the base form of the verb, which is the infinitive without to. Let's look at this next example. Turn off the fan. Here, turn off is the base form of the verb to turn off, and you are instructing someone to perform the action. Affirmative imperatives are straightforward but essential for clear communication. They help us give instruction and make requests in a direct manner. Negative imperatives. A negative imperative instructs one not to do something. It is formed with the words do not or the contracted form don't, followed by the base verb. Let's take a look at some examples. Do not smoke. Do not smoke. You realize you have the word do not, then it's followed by the base verb smoke. Let's take a look at another example. Don't forget your phone. You realize that you have the word don't at the beginning, and then it's followed by the base verb, forget. Let's take a look at another example. Do not touch that. Do you see the do not? And then you see the verb itself following. See how they are telling you what not to do? That's the power of imperatives. Exhortative imperatives. Exhortative imperatives are like encouraging cheers or motivational boosts. They are used to urge someone to do something and they involve the speaker directly. They always use let's, which is short for let us. This means that the speaker and others are involved in doing the action. Let's look at some examples. Let's go to the beach. This is affirmative form, meaning it's a positive form or suggestion being given to do the action. Let's take a look at the next example. Let's not be late. This is the negative form, meaning it's advising you or warning you not to do the action.
Imperatives are used to issue direct commands. These are straightforward instructions telling someone to do something. For instance, you might say, finish your homework. They are also used to issue requests. They are used to ask for something politely instead of giving a direct order. For example, you might say, could you please pass the ball? Imperatives are used to issue direct commands. These are straightforward instructions telling someone to do something. For instance, you might say, finish your homework. They are also used to issue requests. They are used to ask for something politely instead of giving a direct order. For example, you might say, Imperatives are used to provide instructions, where they are used to provide clear and specific directions. For example, you might say, turn at the next corner. They are also used to provide warnings, where they are used to alert someone to potential danger, such as, do not enter. Imperatives can also be used to make suggestions or proposals. For example, let's complete our work tonight. Or why don't we go grocery shopping this weekend? Or why don't you tell what really happened?
Now we are going to look at the syntactic properties of imperative sentences. Let's take a look at the first syntactic property. They usually do not have a subject, and the verb is always in the base form without any inflection. For instance, when you say close the door, the subject is not mentioned. The command is directed at someone, but you don't need to state you close the door. The you is implied and is understood based on the context. The omission of the subject is basically common in English, making the sentences direct and to the point. It basically assumes that the listener or the reader knows they are the ones being addressed. Let's talk about the base form of the verb. In the command, sit down, sit is the base form of the verb. It is not sits or sitting. So, the use of the base form keeps the command straightforward and clear. No additional endings or changes are needed to convey the action. Number two, they are either affirmative or negative, meaning they make positive suggestions or advise against an action. The negative is formed by using the word do not or its contracted form, don't. They always end with a period or exclamation, so they are never a question. In closing, imperatives are fundamental parts of English language used to give a command or instruction. The structure consists of a base verb without an explicit subject and ends with either a period or an exclamation point. Imperatives play a crucial role in everyday discourse, emphasizing action and direct interaction in English language. Imperatives helps to improve language skills, but also to communicate clearly and effectively in English. So, I hope you learned something. See you next time.